Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Arturo Thunder Gatti. He stands at 5'8" tall. This man has never been in a boring fight. And facing him, Sugar Ray Robinson. Even though he's 180 centimeters tall, he still made 61 kilos. And his reach is 184 centimeters.
Nobody knows who's going to win. You can have an argument for the winner on both sides, but this is that fight. We'll be talking about this fight.
Arturo Thunder Gatti, the blood and guts warrior king. No one has as big a heart as this fighter. Sugar Ray Robinson.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, the blood and guts warrior, the Hall of Famer from Jersey City, New Jersey, a super lightweight champion of the world, Arturo Thunder Gatti.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the... We're expecting an all-action slugfest. And that jab just missed with the left hand. That counter punch caught him clean. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Those counter punches have to hurt. Good counter punching. Beautiful counter punch. When you're fighting a counter puncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counter puncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The straight right just misses. Which fighter will say no mas? Rest for the weary. Beautiful counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look
focused. What do we expect to see here in round 2? Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Trying to land that jab. Perfect counter shot. Nice counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? speed in these lighter divisions is always so impressive, but if you can sneak in a power shot every once in a while and sit down on a punch, that's where you separate yourself. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They exchanged punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging could be sometimes, there's no doubt. There's the bell for round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. Oh, that punch. How about that time counter shot? Do you believe this? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Another scoring shot there. When are we going to see a jab from these two? And he fails to score with that left hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get... And there's the bell to start round 4. Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Good counter punch. Got out of the way of that right hook. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Back and forth they go. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
And there's the bell for round 5. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on the end. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Catch and shoot. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Straight right just misses. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Nice counter shot. It's all offense all the time. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here. There's the bell to start round 6. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
These two fighters are made for one another. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He blocks the jab. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Punch, counter punch. That counter shot lands. And he scores with the counter. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope that...
Here we go. It's round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. There's a counter shot. Straight right just misses. A perfect counter lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
I've got...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
So much firepower here. Nice counter punch. The straight right just misses. Nice counters. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. An amazing knockout finish here. That was something special. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Even I've got...
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.
Win the title. I don't have to think too heavy, I can remember. The city center's hella cold in the December. The roads that I'm from will turn you to a contender. I'm a Jean-Claude Van Damme, there's no surrender. You didn't know money when the bally meant this trallies up. When I'm saying money, I'm not talking about back here. It's funny how the tables turn. You're not Ricky Hatton. Tonight I have to let me put my body down. When you was hitting bags, I was still bagging up in mommy's house. You was in the Philly shell when I was getting patted down. Prison cell, swimming in my thoughts, trying not to drown. Shadow boxing in my pad, I hit the gym when I got out. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks with me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city. War with me, that's war with the 6-1. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks with me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city. War with me, that's war with the 6-1. Become your rivals, you know the hustle paid. You know you took your lemons and turn them to lemonade. I'm from money where the police are getting with. And that's a true story, that's not something you just say. Undisputed, we're the undisputed ones. We want it to be gangster, yeah, we want it to be dons.